Hello, and welcome into Coach's Corner's bracket series. Back with another bracket. If you didn't see the last one last Tuesday, the chip bracket made its very presence known, with the Doritos being the winner, nacho cheese that is. But we're back. We're back with another cereal bracket. Thought it was only right to keep the theme of food going for us. And that's right, we're going with cereals. We're doing the cereal bracket here. And I hope it don't get too controversial. I've had basically most of these cereals, I think about like 90% at least, And I don't think that it'll be crazy to see who the winner is, but I obviously haven't looked at it myself. This is my first time seeing it along with the viewer, because I didn't make the bracket. Okay, someone else did, I'm just stealing it. But starting off, we got Honey Smacks versus Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. Tough pick here. Apple Cinnamon Cheerios just sounds like Apple Jacks, which I think we have later in this tier. And Honey Smacks, I don't know if it's Smacks. I don't know if that's the right terminology for it, but I think Honey Smacks actually is pretty good. It's a good sweet flavor. And this is a very tough first round matchup. This is a play-in game as well. Also, if you see here, they're going to go take on Cookie Crisp. I'll go with the Apple Cinnamon, just because I think it provides a little bit of, healthiness, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of that cinnamon flavor. Just, it hits. And we're here at Cookie Crisp versus the Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. That's a mouthful. Say it a lot of times fast, but regardless, Cookie Crisp is a cereal that I grew up on a little bit. I had my phase with it because, it's chocolate chip cookies in a cereal, but it's really not. It's just not at all. And it gets kind of old. It gets old quickly on you, and I don't think you expect that. Compared to Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, I don't know if I could rightfully put it over it, because I think Apple Cinnamon Cheerios has a staying power that propels it to being tried multiple times. Now, Kix versus Special K. These are not cereals I'm super familiar with. I haven't grown up on them. Special K just seems like Frosted Flakes without the frosting, which is kind of the whole point. But Kix, I have not heard glowing reviews for Kix, and for that reason, I'm going with the better, I guess, generic flavoring. Corn Flakes versus Apple Jacks. This is a blowout. This is a 5 versus 12 seed, where people think maybe the 12 seed could upset, but no, it ends up getting boat raced. Apple Jacks is superior in every way. Ooh, Count Chocula versus Captain Crunch. I'm gonna be the hot take guy here and say I'm not a Captain Crunch guy. I never have been. I've never really, dove into that arena. So it kind of makes it tough for me to really judge this. But Count Chocula, every time Halloween comes around and you want a good chocolatey cereal, Count Chocula is there for you with those marshmallows. It's like a chocolate Lucky Charms, and it does it right. So upset there. See, Peanut Butter Captain Crunch, I'm not familiar with your game, but Rice Chex is just, it's, what is it? Chex Mix? Is that what, Trail Mix? Whatever that mixture is, and you get this in there, it's fine. But to have a whole cereal of this, to put milk with it, sounds disgraceful. So give me Captain Crunch. Honey Bunch of Oats versus Rice Krispies. Frankly, this is not a debate at all. I'm not a big fan of oats. In this form, I don't think it works at all. Rice Krispies, you get the sugary cereal win. Cinnamon Toast Crunch versus Frosted Mini Wheats. I'm a Mini Wheat stan. I really am. I love Frosted Mini Wheats growing up. Cinnamon Toast Crunch has a recent hold on me that I really do enjoy them. Now, Honey Nut Cheerios, another one I grew up on that was every morning. Honey Nut Cheerios is a staple. And it's just a better form of Cheerios, and it's sweeter. It's just very good. Compared to Reese's Puffs are fine. they're worst. What's it? Cocoa Puffs. They're just worse Cocoa Puffs in my opinion. The chocolate isn't even that good. So Honey Nut Cheerios clearly gets the win here. Back to the top. Apple Cinnamon Cheerios going on a little bit of a mini run that no one expected, but Apple Jacks versus Count Chocula. Oh man, this is a tough one for me personally, but Apple Jacks gets the win here, and I think we're gonna see an apple cinnamon flavor type cereal matchup here next. But Captain Crunch Peanut Butter versus Rice Krispies. I like Rice Krispies, I do. They're fine, but the peanut butter flavoring of the Captain Crunch here, I think, is what seals the win for them, in my opinion. And then Cinnamon Toast Crunch versus Honey Nut Cheerios. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one for me. Just because, like I said, I'm big in cinnamon. I really do like cinnamon a lot. But Honey Nut Cheerios it has that sweetness, and it makes you trick you into thinking you're having a healthy cereal for breakfast. But you're not. And then, I mean, come on. This is the name versus the bleh. You know, this is them. This is literally their thing. Apple Jacks, easy winner over Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. And then, not really a tough one for me. Honey Nut Cheerios, I think, gets the win here. And going on to the championship in the bracket on this side, I gotta go Apple Jacks. It's just like, they do it right. They know how to do the apple and cinnamon correctly. And it's like, they trick it into thinking that it's like, it could be eaten as a snack. It could be eaten like at any point of the day, just as like a nice, just flavorful snack. And I enjoy it so much. And it's not one of those that I often got, but like when I did, it was a treat. So that's why it's just a special one where Honey Nut Cheerios is good and consistent and sweet, but it's not a competitor in that matchup to me. Rice Krispies Treats versus Cheerios. I'm not familiar with your work, so I'm going to go Cheerios just out of safeness. Cocoa Krispies versus Lucky Charms. Now, not a bad matchup, but Lucky Charms has a lot of staying power. Those marshmallows, if it didn't have the marshmallows, it would just be Cheerios, like in a different shape, but they have the marshmallows. So they get the win here, Lucky Charms. Fruit Loops and Raisin Bran. Ugh. Fruit Loops is a blowout here. Raisins suck. Raisin Bran stinks. Fruit Loops has to win here. They're just a delicious fruity flavor. Golden Crisp versus Fruity Pebbles. Now, Fruity Pebbles is the elite cereal. It is. I don't have it much over its counterpart we'll get to in a second, but Fruity Pebbles is solid. Golden Crisp is just Honey Smacks, but with a big bear. So I'm going to go Fruity Pebbles. Frosted Flakes versus Cocoa Puffs. I referenced Cocoa Puffs being the better version of Reese's Puffs earlier. I still maintain that. They're just a better chocolate cereal than them. But Frosted Flakes, there was a weird time as a kid growing up where every time I had Frosted Flakes, it made me sick. I had threw up every time. But as I got older, and I guess my stomach figured out that it was fine and the sugar wasn't too much, it was one of my favorite cereals. Frosted Flakes marshmallows, buddy. Frosted Flakes gets a win there, clearly. Raisin Bran's 2 scoops versus Captain Crunch Berries. I maintain raisins suck, so Captain Crunch wins by default. Then Honeycomb versus Trix. I like honey, and I put it through pretty far on the other side, but Trix, I think, gets the upset here. I don't eat either of them very much, but Pops versus Cocoa Pebbles, this is a blowout. Cocoa Pebbles in a wash. Cocoa Pebbles is very, very, very good chocolate cereal. The milk leaves like a chocolatey milk flavor afterwards. Pops is just stinks. It just stinks. Let's see, Lucky Charms versus Cheerios. So this is a tough one because I won't even say it's a tough one, but Cheerios is you're having a healthy cereal. This is a fine cereal. You're doing okay. You're not eating too much sugar for breakfast. But Lucky Charms is, like I said, Cheerios with marshmallows. The marshmallows put them through. Lucky Charms and a win. Fruit Loops versus Fruity Pebbles. A lot of people would stand by Fruity Pebbles, and rightfully so. It's a good brand. It's a very consistent cereal, but I'm a Fruit Looper. I like the Fruit Loops so much. Frosted Flakes versus Captain Crunch and Berries. Like I said, not crazy on Captain Crunch, but Frosted Flakes, it's got a good amount of sugar to it I really like. And then Cocoa Pebbles and a wash over Trix. Fruit Loops versus Lucky Charms. The power of those damn marshmallows, man. I gotta move them on. The marshmallows get Lucky Charms to the final four here. The finals this spot. Frosted Flakes and Cocoa Pebbles. These are two very heavy hitters. I like them both thoroughly. But Cocoa Pebbles, similar to, I forgot which cereal, Apple Jacks. Similar to them. Cocoa Pebbles can be had at any time during the day, and it would either be a breakfast, it'd be a treat, it'd be a dessert. Cocoa Pebbles wins. Now to let you sit on it, Lucky Charms, Cocoa Pebbles, like I said, both very good for their own unique reasons. I do like both of them a pretty decent amount. But as an overall cereal, I have to go the Cocoa Pebbles. Just the white things for Lucky Charms does not help them at all. It actually hurts them more than helps it at all. Cocoa Pebbles, you can eat all of it. You can drink the milk and it's chocolatey goodness. Cocoa Pebbles is the choice. Now, the championship matchup. Something everyone's been looking forward to. Cocoa Pebbles, Apple Jacks. So Apple Jacks, I've maintained they have the cinnamon flavor, they have the apple flavor, and it's a good flavor. It's a good combo. Both those mascots, they like to fight each other. It's a fun dynamic. In Cocoa Pebbles, Fred Flintstone, Barney, they're there on the front selling you on the chocolatey goodness. And I have to give the title to Cocoa Pebbles. The Cocoa Pebbles, the chocolate is just too good. The chocolate and milk that you get afterwards is so good. Now you have to eat the Cocoa Pebbles pretty quickly. You can't let it sit in the milk too long because then the cereal itself gets soggy and it's not great. But that's such a small price to pay for the milk, for the great chocolate crunch you get with each bite. Cocoa Pebbles, you are the champion of this bracket. And here you have it. A final four of Apple Jacks, Lucky Charms, Honey Nut Cheerios, and Cocoa Pebbles. I maintain this is basically my childhood growing up of cereals that I've had most often, and Cocoa Pebbles probably is at the top of that list that I've had the most in my life. But a thoroughly competitive bracket, I'd say, ends with Fred Flintstone on top. Of course it does. But either way, that's the bracket fight for this week. Cereal. If you have any comments about what cereals you thought should have won, please leave them down. If you have a suggestion for a new bracket fight, please let me know. You can find me at Twitter, Lucas W. Coach of R. It's fine. It's easy to get these done. And like I said, make sure to like, share, subscribe, share the video everywhere with your friends, your YouTube channel. I'll be live Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 o'clock for the sports edition of Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Coach of R. Until next time, goodbye.